Hey, lovely people. I just wanted to let you know that we did have the Andrea Yates 911 call in there, but we got flagged, so we had to cut it out. So a bunch of the beginning, chit-chat and all that, I had to cut out. And it starts with us talking about the 911 call. Unfortunately, I cut a bit of that out, but it's not a big deal. You can go to YouTube or something and listen to the 911 call. I'm really sorry about that, guys. And yeah, we love you. Thanks for listening.
Have that.
Hello, darlings. I'm Stacy.
And I'm still Hannah.
Still?
Yeah.
Right on. I would miss you if you weren't. This is Toxis podcast.
Sure is.
And we're happy you're here.
Yeah.
Are you happy they're here?
I think, yeah. Oh.
Are you happy to be here?
Yes.
Good. Me too.
We were just being really weird about turning mics on or being turned on or turning each other on. And it was like, no, that's weird. We don't do that here.
And then I sang, that's not what friends are for. Because I sing fucking everything. I really do.
It's annoying.
Anything someone says to me, I answer them in song lyrics. It's a problem. Yeah. Yep. Not for me, for everyone else. I enjoy it, but my singing sucks, so.
It's not wonderful.
So, I understand why you guys don't like it.
You're not serenading any tigers anytime soon, I'll tell you that. But neither am I.
Sure. I am no Celine Dion.
Ew. I wouldn't want to be.
Oh, she's got a beautiful voice. Big, huge, booming voice. I love it.
Yuck.
All right. So, do you have anything to add, or shall we get right down to business?
Well, I mean, me or my kidney stones. No, we don't have anything to add to this.
Yeah, her kidney shit's coming back, guys.
Yeah.
I'm thinking she may have it for the rest of her life, maybe.
I don't know.
But I hope not.
I don't know.
I hope they just, didn't get a piece that's in there, and then they get that piece, and it's all done. That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but...
So you can be normal. Well, as normal as Hannah can be.
I'm not entirely sure what's going on or why, but I have some blood work and a scan next Thursday, so we'll see.
But you're having that pressure in the same place again. And again, she thought it was her back, but...
No, I didn't think it was my back. My doctor said, well, could it be your back this time?
Okay.
So I went for a massage, and I went to the physiotherapist, and he stabbed a bunch of needles all up in my shit, and my ass, and my back, and my legs, my hips, and everything, and... Yeah, I feel better. My body feels better, but that pressure and that tightness and that discomfort in that one spot.
Right where she's rubbing, that's your kidney.
Right where my kidney is not gone. So I'm assuming the shadow on the ultrasound was not just dust collecting like the douchebag who said stuffing a 4-foot wire up your piss hole was only going to be discomforting.
Mm-hmm.
He was wrong. It was quite painful and he'd never had it done. So this motherfucker decided that it was, probably just dust and it's going to be fine. Well,
I think anything being shoved up your urethra is probably going to come with a little bit of pain.
Well, and there were several different thicknesses and strengths of wire in and out repeatedly. And I think in total, between the stent and all the different wires, at least 9 or 10 times.
Lovely.
It was not great.
And there's nothing.
She pauses a lot, doesn't really say
long
much, and then
pauses.
just needs a police officer and won't say why. It's
exactly.
Really awkward.
And then the woman's like, is there a burglar there or something? And then another long pause.
Nothing.
And then she says, are you there alone? And Andrea says, no, my kids are here. I mean, they're dead, but they're here.
But nobody knows they're dead yet.
Exactly.
So it's a really, really awkward phone call with not much information. It's not what I anticipated when you said there was a police call.
Mm-hmm.
I expected more, so it was kind of anticlimactic.
The pauses between really say a lot about her state of mind.
Well, and what about the phone call to Rusty? Never found that?
No, I did. It's not recorded or anything, but... So, on the day of the murders, we're going back to the morning before it all happened for a second, okay?
Okay.
Rusty hugged all his kids, gave them kisses and stuff before work. And then as he's walking out, he sees Andrea in the kitchen She's standing at the kitchen table eating cereal by the handful out of the box, just staring straight ahead.
That looks ominous.
And he was like, oh, weird, but all right.
If I were standing there staring blankly, eating cereal out of the box by hand, I would assume somebody would realize something is wrong.
I would hope so. I would hope somebody would know. Yeah, that's not a big deal for me. I do eat cereal out of the box sometimes.
But staring off blankly,
yeah,
not paying attention to what's going on around you, that's teenager behavior. Like dumb teenager behavior. That's not grown-up mom of 5 children wife behavior.
Yeah. And
that seems odd to me, even for a regular, everyday woman.
He's a victim too in this, okay? And I don't want to put anything on him. But after what has happened in the last, couple years? Don't you think that should have been a warning sign?
Yes. That is a clear sign.
And knowing that your mother's not going to be there for another hour.
And is it her mom? Or
his mother. Mom? Dora Yates. Yeah.
Where's her mom in all of this? Where are her parents?
Well, her dad's dead. That's what caused her to have those. I don't know where her mom is.
Does she have any siblings? Cousins?
Yes.
Friends?
She's got siblings.
Like, where is everybody in all of this? If she's having psychotic breaks and going in and out of hospitals, you think her mother would want to be involved. You think
I didn't see anything about that, but to me it sounded like everyone was taking turns looking after her because everyone has lives, right? So, and on this day, Dora Yates had a doctor's appointment, and she had to go to that. And I thought, it's only an hour. She should be fine for an hour. But
well, I'm not saying people don't have lives, but it seems like nobody's been mentioned but Rusty's mom. That's it.
Yeah.
No siblings of
That's
his,
all
no
I found.
Siblings of her. What about Rusty's dad? Her dad's dead. What about her mom?
Yeah.
Like, where is everybody else in all this?
That's all I read was just his mom.
So,
and the only reason I read that is because it's the day of the murder. So.
Yeah.
So he goes to work.
Curiosity.
Yeah. Well, yeah, for sure. He goes to work. He's there for about an hour. Andrea calls. Quote, you gotta come home. And he thought, oh, what now? You know? When he got home.
How long has he been at work though?
An hour.
So mom is about to arrive?
She would have been about to arrive, yeah. Yeah.
So she immediately,
there's actually,
like, that doesn't leave a lot of time to systematically, because you said prior to this, she started with 3-year-old John.
Mm-hmm.
Moves next to the 2-year-old Luke.
Mm-hmm. Then the 5-year-old.
Then the 5-year-old.
Mm-hmm. Then Mary, who's 6 months old.
No, she stops. She lays all 3 of these kids systematically in
after she was
bed.
done with each, she would go put it in the bed. After she was done.
Where were the other kids? What were they doing at this time that they didn't notice that she was drowning them?
Well, she probably had the door shut and locked or something.
I know, but where were all the other kids? Like, there's a lot of things I'm wondering.
Yeah.
So
me too. When I was
the first one, puts it in bed.
In her room.
Grabs the next one. Did you not see your brother laying in the bed? I know they're 2 years old, so you don't really know what's going on.
Yeah.
But what is happening? Is she
but
walking
maybe
the
they
fresh kids past them?
Maybe the kids were, they were probably somewhere playing. You never know. Maybe they had a downstairs play area.
Like,
who knows?
where are they in all of this?
And maybe they weren't, because a lot of parents don't let the kids into their room.
So.
And all the kids were laid out on her and Rusty's bed. So, are you looking up how long it takes to drown someone?
I'm thinking about this not only emotionally, but systemically and factually and scientifically, moment by moment.
You have to. Oh, dead air there. Sorry. She was typing. I was drinking. Sorry, guys.
So, a child can lose consciousness in as little as 20 to 60 seconds of submersion, with irreversible brain damage possible within 4 to 6 minutes.
Oof.
So, in the state of loss of consciousness and brain injury, 1 to 2 minutes, oxygen levels drop and loss of consciousness. 3 to 5, fatal outcomes rise sharply without immediate rescue. 4 to 6, irreversible brain damage. Beyond 6, fatal death.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Say 7 minutes apiece.
Yeah, most childhood pool drownings occur within 5 minutes of entering the water unnoticed. She's holding them down in the water, systematically drowning them. They're fighting, probably, so it's probably happening, I would say, in 4 minutes, 5 minutes tops.
They would fight without knowing they're fighting, because that's your lizard brain kicking in.
Yeah,
gotta survive, gotta survive.
Literally just survival brain.
Yeah.
So that's 5 minutes a kid. So that's 5, 5, 5, 5,
25.
and 5. She's taking time to lay them in bed. She takes time in between the baby and the third child to put Mary into the second child's arms. Why, I don't know yet.
She drowned Mary fourth.
I know, but she put him into the second child's arms, the 3-year-old.
John's arms,
So she's fourth, but you also mentioned that she had left the baby in the tub for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And then went to go get final child, the 7-year-old, Noah, and brings him.
She left the baby in the bathtub. I think that's when she was arranging them on the bed. Because that's when Noah came in, seen his baby sister, and said, "What's wrong?" And then realized, holy fuck, I'm in danger. He takes off. She's got to go catch him.
Do we have a map of the house layout? Because is he walked past the kids that are laying in the bed too? So about approximately how long?
The bedroom is further than the bathroom.
Okay.
So he got to the bathroom, was like,
the hall.
"What the fuck?" And then
kids
took off.
Kids are down the hall in the bedroom, most likely. So how long does it take her to drown each kid, then put them in bed? Is she tucking them in? Is she putting them in dry clothes? It doesn't really tell us any of the details of what she's doing.
They were dressed in what they were dressed in.
So she's laying them wet in bed. Is she arranging their bodies to look like they're sleeping? Is she putting their hands on the chest? Is she laying them there?
All I know is that she laid them. I don't think she did anything with the hands or anything.
But she puts
until
Mary
John
in John's
when
arms.
she puts Mary in the baby in his arms.
Let's say it's down the hall. It takes 30 seconds approximately to walk to the bathroom and walk to the bedroom. So maybe 2 to 3 minutes per kid. So we're looking at now 7, 8 minutes a kid by drowning and staging.
Mm-hmm.
The last one questions baby in the tub.
Yeah, it was my sister. And then he's like,
how long does the running and the struggle take and her to get this kid back to the bathtub? Is the baby still in the bathtub when she's drowning him?
No, she removed the baby, put the baby on the floor.
In the bathroom?
In the bathroom, went and fucking
chased after him, grabbed him.
She'd have to drag him back because
he's fighting and kicking and screaming the whole way. It's not going quickly.
No, his would have taken the longest, I'm sure.
And then she leaves him in the tub because he's too heavy for her to bring to the bed. Does she?
And she brings baby to the bed.
She brings baby John.
So all told, probably half an hour for everything.
8 minutes a kid, not including the struggle.
45 minutes maybe? Something like that.
So she'd have to have catatonically eating cereal, then suddenly she runs to the bathroom, fills the bathtub, and starts systematically murdering all these kids.
Yeah.
That's a pretty fast timeline. She knew what she was doing.
Oh, she knew what she was going to do.
She already knew.
Yeah.
Because and not including the struggle and chasing him and removing the baby from the bathtub, putting her on the floor and going to catch the kid, the fight the whole way back. This is exact timing right down to the police call without a minute to spare, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Doing the math on standard timelines.
Yeah.
That's not including her not getting flustered in between any of these drownings. There's no time.
With her being in that state too, she sort of would have been on autopilot. So she just would have been...
is she even actually absorbing what she's doing at this moment in time? Because there is no room for error here.
She knows?
In my opinion.
What she's
doing. And I
move
quickly.
But anyway, we'll get into that. So
I don't know if I was supposed to delve this deeply into it, but I am.
I'm glad you did.
And my thinking brain is saying between the amount of time that phone call took and not including any fight from this kid, It was 45 minutes to kill and stage each one of them without any room for error.
Yeah.
That leaves probably 13 minutes between him leaving.
But remember, the smaller kids would have taken probably a much shorter time. It's like 5 minutes per and Mary.
Yeah, I said 5 minutes per each kid, and that doesn't include the staging time and moving them out of the bathtub into the bed. Right. So I said about 7 to 8 per kid, including the staging time, not including the fight and the chasing, the last one. That puts us at about 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Not including the police call, him leaving, and mother arriving. Yeah. That's very right down to the minute.
Yeah.
It's very systematic. That leaves 13 minutes.
Oh, it's weird to think about that
for the fight,
scientific
the chasing him, and the drowning him and getting him back there, and calling the police. That leaves 13 minutes.
Yeah.
That's not a lot of time.
No.
That's very specific. She knew exactly what she was doing.
Yeah.
There's barely any minutes to spare in between.
Yeah.
So it's intense. Anyways, that was rather out of control, but
that's okay. That's Hannah.
The science side of me wants to know why, how you systematically decided this. Why did you decide the children in the order you decided? Why did you decide this specific one holds this one? Were they the closest to, I want to know.
You'd have to talk to her.
Yeah, well, can I? We'll get there, I bet. Probably not.
Anyway, when he got
onward and upward,
yes,
Rusty is all, what the fuck now?
Yeah.
I have a diagram of the children.
When he sort of like turned the corner on his street, it was just filled with police cars, ambulance, as it would be, right? When the cops got to the door, Andrea answered the door and said, I just killed my kids. With no affect.
Yep.
Okay?
Just now, very plainly.
You can look up pictures of Andrea Yates being led out of the house by the cops, and you'll see she has absolutely no affect on her face. Nothing.
Yeah, so like I said, there was just nothing.
Nothing. She's her brain is completely cut off from everything else. Do you see the picture?
She's not present.
Or did you look it up even?
Yeah, I just put it up here, but I don't want to watch anything yet because I'm still waiting for more information from you, right?
Yeah, I just wanted you to see the picture of her being let out by the cops.
Yeah, so here's a mother's madness. The 2 minutes the police showed up.
Just look at images. That's what I do. Yes, ma'am. Images.
Well, I kind of want to see the video.
Yeah, but not when we're recording.
Physically.
See, look.
Yeah.
She might be in a courtroom there, actually.
Like, lights are on, nobody's home.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, just lights are on, nobody's home.
So if you guys, I will put that picture on the socials, but if you guys want to look it up beforehand.
Well, and once we're done notebooks, we'll fucking spread my whole notebook out and make a little crazy fucking Unabomber floor drawing for you.
Yeah.
Fucking savage.
Like, and then put one of my pages, which is half full. Because I write in like shorthand.
I'm not.
Knew nothing.
Going.
She loved.
Yeah, well, that doesn't tell anybody anything.
But it's only for me and you,
So when she called the cops, she answers the door and just plainly says, I just killed my kids.
Yep.
That's it. Verbatim, nothing else.
Just killed my kids. Yep. In a very flat, I just killed my kids.
Monotone.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, no affect whatsoever. So, while police wandered around her house, Andrea sat on the couch. Couch? What's a couch?
I don't know. It sounds ghetto, though.
Fuck a couch. Andrea sat on the couch, bouncing one leg. Anxiety, there you go. And staring blankly at nothing in particular. She told them she killed her children and was led out to a squad car. And then I just say, if you look at the picture, you'll see. During the initial interrogation, Andrea was described by officers and jail psychiatrists as fragile, severely detached, and deep in a delusion. Remember, she was obsessively scratching her head?
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, she was trying to get rid of the 666 on her scalp.
Yeah, I think we talked about that in the previous one.
We sure did.
She was fragile, severely detached.
And deep in delusion.
So I wonder what delusion she's in.
Oh, we'll get into that too.
Yeah.
Now, during her first trial, the prosecution attempted to use a 911 call as evidence that she knew right from wrong, and therefore was legally sane at the time of the crime. Her flat tone meant she was just a cold-blooded murderer. Anyway, before the trial, Andrea's family hired defense attorney George Parnham, Parnham, in case you're spelling it out.
I haven't even got that far.
Oh, all right.
I'm talking about the 911 call to show she knew right from wrong still.
You do know that I have all this written out already, right?
Yeah, but
Okay.
I'm not processing the information on your page. I'm processing
I see.
as I'm writing.
Right. Okay.
Right?
Yeah, I process better when I write shit down too, so I get it.
I'm immersing myself into it. That's why the Unabomber-like fashion.
Yes. So yeah, the family hired George Parnham. Did you get that far yet?
Yep.
Okay. George said that the first time he visited Andrea was at the jail, and they talked from either side of a glass. When they finished, Parnham was about to leave when Andrea pressed her head against the glass and said, quote, "Please don't leave me alone." George said he felt so bad for her. Andrea was deep in delusion.
Yeah, what is she seeing and what is she hearing? I wonder that
Exactly.
she's afraid to be left alone.
Yep.
I don't think this is just postpartum depression. I think it's like schizophrenia, like serious. It sounds so much more than...
I think it's postpartum psychosis.
Yeah.
But I think she does, like, the depressive disorder too, right?
Like that story we talked about where that lady was experiencing postpartum psychosis and she put her baby in the fridge because she wouldn't stop crying and went upstairs for a nap. And her mom was there and heard the baby and she doesn't even recall putting the baby in the fridge.
Yeah, there's another one where a woman turned on the oven and put her baby in.
Yeah.
She doesn't remember.
Like they're not even there. They're not even present. It's like somebody else is in your body controlling it.
Yeah. But it does mirror schizophrenia.
And bipolar. Yeah, like it just...
Very much with the delusions and everything. Holy fuck.
Right? Have you ever listened to that scientific study?
Yeah, it's hard to listen to.
It's hard.
It's really hard.
Yep. Like, that's what's happening all the time, and you can't tell what's real and what's not real.
Yep.
So, that's fucking terrifying. And
because they're not hearing the audible delusions, they're not hearing them in their head. They're hearing them in their ear.
Yeah, it's like outside of you.
Yeah.
Like somebody's whispering at you.
Yeah.
And it was very hard to digest.
Oh,
It was yucky.
Oof.
And my friend Chloe had to do it for school for one of her classes, and she said it really fucked her up. Like, they had to sign waivers in order to even listen to it. And I found it on YouTube myself and listened to it myself.
Yeah, I listened to it too.
And I was like, this is fucking intense. Yeah. Like, I don't know how you would function.
I don't doubt the waiver thing. Like, that's...
Yep. They had to sign a waiver and they had to seek counseling.
You're taking your mental health in your hands doing shit like that, man. That's for sure. So yeah, George said he felt bad for her being deep in delusion, that he decided he would never leave her. And in fact, George Parnham is still her lawyer to this day. He goes and visits her once a week to this day.
So she's not dead.
No, she's not dead. Nope. So, Andrea Yates was indicted for 5 murders, and the prosecution was seeking the death penalty.
Of course.
Which, of course, it's 5.
You just killed 5
kids.
Yep.
But she pled not guilty by reason of insanity, of course. In March 2002, the jury didn't buy the insanity defense and found Andrea Yates guilty. However, they rejected the death sentence and insisted she was sentenced to life in prison with parole eligibility in 40 years. Yeah. But George Parnham filed an appeal, and on January 6, 2005, the Texas Court of Appeals overturned the conviction. It appears that Dr. Park Dietz, who is very famous, by the way, he's a psychiatrist, and he's very famous, and I always liked him, looked up to him.
Okay. Why are you reiterating that so hard?
A well-known psychiatrist testified that shortly before the crime, Law and Order showed an episode in which a mother killed her children and was acquitted by reason of insanity. So that would have swayed the jury. Or could have. However, this was inarguably false. This came to the court's attention because Suzanne O'Malley, an author, was covering the trial for the New York Times, ABC News, and the Oprah magazine. So pretty reputable woman, right? Anyway, Suzanne had once been a writer for Law and Order. Sneeze.
Excuse me, sorry.
And had maintained that there was no such episode in existence. And there's not. There's no such episode of Law and Order. Law and Order, not SVU, Law and Order. I don't know if there is an SVU, but there's
many different spin-offs of Law and Order, though.
Yeah.
And you think no show in history has ever showed a woman killing her children and being found not guilty by reason of insanity? Let's be honest.
No, I know, but that particular show. He quoted that particular show, and there was no Law and Order that did that. Not up till then, anyway.
So why, I wonder?
He was mistaken or something. I don't know. So, reasoning that the jury could certainly have been swayed by this false testimony, Andrea was granted a new trial. What you looking at now, you busy bee?
I'm trying to see if there's any show.
Oh, of course there's got to be a show like that. Oh, hold on.
Oh, wow.
Sorry about that, guys. Had to cough. Anyway, Hannah's looking for something, but I'm going to keep talking. Then, on January 9th, 2006, Andrea again pled not guilty by reason of insanity. The prosecution offered a 35-year sentence. Barnum told him to, pretty much fuck right off. Because they were scared now. Prosecution wanted to win, and they was scared. Then, finally, on February 1st, 2006, Andrea Yates was granted bail on the condition that she be admitted to a mental health treatment facility. On July 26, 2006, after 3 whole days of deliberations, Andrea was found not guilty by reason of insanity. She was then committed to the North Texas State Hospital on the Vernon campus. In January of 2007, Andrea Yates was transferred to Kerrville State Hospital in Kerrville, Texas, and she is still there to this day. Yeah.
At what age would she have been in 2007?
It's a low security hospital. I think I should have wrote it down, and I was
she was born in 64, yeah?
She was
born in July 64, Houston, Texas.
Yeah.
So in 2007,
she would be, I don't know. I suck at numbers.
36, 43?
Yeah.
42, 43?
Yeah.
Somewhere around
there.
there?
Somewhere around there.
January, she'd be 42 then. She'd probably be 43 in July of 2007.
Yeah.
So at this point, she's 43 years old, and they found her not guilty.
And how old was she in 2001, sorry?
In 2001, she would have been 36, 37.
Okay. So that's when she did it.
Kids.
Yeah. 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 So, yeah, she's still there. Funny little sidebar. The prosecution put forth that the murders were a spousal revenge plot.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
There was no intimate partner violence, no show of lack of strength in the marriage, no show of any discontent in the marriage at all. So What the fuck? What?
Yeah, just grasping.
Yeah, that doesn't. The only thing that showed to me was his lack of noticing details that could have saved his children.
Yeah,
That's the only thing noticeable to me. And that was only after the few years of psychotic episodes and situations where she wasn't supposed to be left home alone.
Why didn't he stay for that hour? Obviously, his work must know something's going on. He's missing work because of this.
Yes,
he
but
has to be.
Also take into consideration employers are employers. They need
That's
employees.
True. And it's the States, too.
When I worked in private sector in manufacturing, they don't give a shit what's going on at home. We need you at work and we need you doing your job.
Yeah.
Period. No matter who you are, no matter what happens in your life, we need employees to show up and work.
And I think in the States it's even worse than here.
I think they have not as good labor laws and not as good as protection as employees also on top of that. So I think there's a lot more to it than that. But either way, what's going on in your life is nobody else's problem.
Yeah.
If you don't show up and work a certain amount of hours, a certain amount of times a week and show up on time, we're probably just going to fire you.
Yeah.
Not like union and government where I work, where you don't actually have to do anything or even show up really a whole bunch. They don't fucking care. It's really hard to get rid of you.
Yeah. So the murders were a spousal revenge plot, according to the prosecution.
That's dumb. I don't agree with that at all, honestly.
But there was never enough evidence found to back this up. Rusty had stated that their married and family life was not perfect, but they were like genuinely happy before all this shit started.
Yeah, there wasn't a bunch of violence. There wasn't a bunch of drinking and problems and mental health. They were just two regular people who loved each other and got married and started a family.
Yeah.
Two regular religious people that started a family.
And that's the end. Except it's not.
Well, I didn't think it was the end.
Because I got more papers in front of me.
Well, I wasn't looking at the papers. You don't abruptly end that she was committed to a mental hospital and not found guilty and still resides there to this day. That's not how things end. That's bullshit.
Yeah, man.
But she's found not guilty by reason of insanity.
Here's my paper. Here it is. All right. So, we have talked about the mental health part of what may have contributed to this tragedy.
Possibly some of it, yes.
Right?
There might be factors we don't have yet.
But there is a whole religious side, too, of what happened to poor Andrea and her children.
Well, I mean, all they did was die. They didn't really do anything else here.
Yeah, poor babies.
Like, really, what did they do besides get drowned?
That's true.
Were they horrible children? Did they act out a whole bunch? Did they give her a reason to want to drown them? Didn't sound like it.
Apparently they were great kids. I mean, they probably had their times when they were little brats and shit, but that's kids.
But
you just can't.
Also take into consideration, though, when you're feeling mentally unwell, 5 kids running around screaming and fighting with each other and picking at each other and making a mess or jumping on the furniture, screaming baby. We don't know. I would like to say mentally rather healthy, but I wouldn't be able to handle all of that. I would not be able. That's why I only had one child.
Yeah.
I don't even think I would have been able to handle 2 of them fighting with each other because the sensory overload in my little baby ears would not be happy with it.
I had 2 and they were like 6.5 years apart. I thought, they're not going to fight. They did.
Yeah. Are you dumb?
They did. So now we're going to talk about Michael Woroniecki.
Who's that?
I'm going to tell you.
That's a shitty name.
Woroniecki.
I don't care.
Okay. He was a spiritual teacher. Yes, there's so many of those around, isn't there?
Well, what's a spiritual teacher? What does that mean?
Well, he was one of those motherfucking people standing on the corner preaching.
A guy standing on the corner preaching. What does he have to do with this? When I see a random guy preaching in a square, I just keep walking.
I think, ooh, insane. Right on.
No, I just keep walking and ignore him.
He had those come to Jesus and everything's going to be okay for you. That kind of guy. Okay? Like you're drinking and smoking and partying and that's all sin and you should have a family and babies and settle down and Jesus will enter your life and you'll be just perfect and
I think you're just making up a bunch of shit and it's not factual in any way, shape, or form.
No, really. That's some of the shit that he was doing.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm being completely, putting my spin on it, of course.
Yeah,
but
you sound really, yeah.
he turned out to be essentially a wannabe cult leader. He was charismatic, and he was bold, which is perfect for cult leaders.
I'm charismatic and bold. Maybe I should be a cult leader. I found my new calling.
Yeah. I thought about that before starting a cult.
That seems like a lot of work.
But what would I start it for? I don't have any religion.
Man-hating?
Ooh, I'd probably get a lot of people.
You do a lot of that.
Yeah, I do.
You could create a very large following.
I could.
Just saying.
Oh.
I'm not in.
But with my brain, things would go
Absolutely
awry,
not.
and
I have too much going on in my life. I don't have time to be part of a man.
You could just be an associate.
Well, you need an accountant? Yeah. That's about all I got.
Maybe. I'm not going to ask anyone for money, though, like other cult leaders
I don't have the energy for that.
Okay, so he was his mother was extremely religious. Okay? Are you getting all this?
Part 2 melded into part 1, so we're all over the place here.
And, she got him to go with her to Bible study, I guess you would call it.
I went to Bible study and Bible camp and Sunday school.
Right on.
Shit my pants at Bible camp too.
It's funny what struck down.
No,
did you really shit your pants at Bible?
I 100% did.
Bible camp, you said? Or Bible?
My mom gave me adult dosages of the medicine I was supposed to take by accident, and I ended up like running to the outhouse and like aggressively shitting my pants.
That's
accident.
awesome. How old were you?
I was like 7.
Oh, you were just a little baby, Anna.
It was embarrassing. Maybe not.
Just Hershey squirting everywhere, eh? Right on.
Diarrhea all over my pants to a outhouse. It was the most embarrassing moment of my life. And I called my mom and I was crying and I was mad. I'm like, you motherfucker.
You made me poo.
You made me shit
in
my
pants. They're my favorite pants.
I specifically remember the fucking little fucking tighty whitey girl panties that I was wearing that were white with blue flowers and like blue lace trim.
Yeah.
And I shat all over them.
I shat like I never shat again.
And I threw them away and did not keep them. We were not washing those, bro.
All right. So,
what were we, some Bible study?
Yeah,
we got distracted.
He started going to Bible study with his mother. Okay. So, where am I here? So, he got through high school. He was really, really good at football. Got into college, like I said. Awesome at football. He lived a party lifestyle in college. You know, football, drugs, drinking, women, all that good stuff you do in college. And then he got hurt. And he says he lost his friends and his lifestyle and claimed to see the second coming of Jesus. True salvation is with Jesus, not with fancy cars and money. And he calls himself an ambassador of Christ. Everything you were taught as a child was satanic. Everything is evil. By the way, the Yates kids were homeschooled because school was evil.
Okay.
So we got that little bit down. Catholic Charismatic Conference at Notre Dame in June 1974. He went with his mother. This is after he got hurt, after he lost his quote-unquote lifestyle. Because he would have been like BMOC, right? Big man on campus. Being a football player and...
Yeah, being the top dog.
In the States, they fucking love their college football, so... He asked God what born again meant and said he wanted everything the Lord had in store for him. Then, he says this, He was left alone in the stadium, and he saw the living Jesus, and he vowed to stop his evil ways because he was a changed man. His football buddies didn't believe him, and they made fun of him.
I would too, douche.
Warren Yecki wrote that didn't get why someone like Roger Staubach, a Christian athlete who was famous, I don't know who this is, so he was so respected, but all Michael got was rejection. Maybe because you're not an NFL fucking player or whatever that dude plays. Nobody fucking knows who you are, dude. Then he read a part of the Bible, John 12:24 and 25. Can you look that up?
You said John 12.
Yeah, 12:24 and 25. What is it? Psalm verse or verse psalm or I don't know.
John 12:24 and 25 teaches that self-sacrifice and surrendering worldly attachments lead to abundant spiritual life and eternal reward. The text, John 12:24-25 states, "Very truly I tell you, unless a kernel of wheat falls to the ground and dies, it remains only a single seed. But if it dies, it produces many seeds. Anyone who loves their life will lose it, while anyone who hates their life in this world will keep it for eternal life." The meaning of the grain of wheat, Jesus uses the grain of wheat as a metaphor for spiritual transformation. Just as a seed must die to produce a harvest, believers are called to die to self, letting go of selfish desires and worldly attachments in order to bear spiritual fruit and impact others positively. This illustrates the principle of spiritual rebirth and the necessity of self-sacrifice for the greater good.
It's also culty.
I understand it in one hand, and I don't understand the aggressiveness in it in the other hand, because sacrificing one's selfish desires for the greater good, we do it all the time, unknowingly, by paying it forward and paying for somebody's coffee or not having something to get somebody else something.
Raising children.
Self-sacrifice.
It's all
and being
about self-sacrifice.
Also.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about being humans in general.
Yeah.
But now also the hating one's life phrase, it says, hating one's life does not imply literal self-loathing, but signifies prioritizing eternal life and loyalty to Christ over temporal pleasures or personal ambitions. It reflects a call to self-surrender and discipleship, where ultimate allegiance to God outweighs all other attachments. I don't agree with that.
It's a cult.
Can you shut up and let me finish?
It's a cult.
By relinquishing control over worldly life, believers gain a deeper eternal life in union with Christ. Spiritual and practical implications. Self-sacrifice. Followers of Christ are encouraged to embrace challenges, trials, and even personal loss as part of spiritual growth. We all do that in a day-to-day basis. It doesn't need to be religious to happen. Fruitfulness. Just as the seed produces many grains, act of faith and service and obedience can multiply blessings and influence others.
That obedience.
We're obedient to our parents when we follow the rules.
Some of us.
We're obedient to the police and the government and the rules set in place by us. We are obedient in ways that we don't realize. If you murder somebody, you're going to jail. So I'm obedient to that rule.
I'm not going to sit here and be obedient to some fucking fantasy dude that no one's ever seen. Show him to me. Maybe I'll obey him.
You don't have to be. I'm signifying every day-to-day obedience and things that we do. That
I get what you're saying.
We don't realize that are happening that have nothing to do with religion.
If we didn't have obedience, there would be utter chaos.
Yep.
And anarchy. So.
Eternal perspective. The passage emphasizes valuing eternal life over temporary worldly gains, aligning with teachings in Matthew 16:25 and Romans 12:1. I don't know any of those. But temporary worldly gains, we sacrifice things and emphasize that all the time. People do it with food, with lodging, with sex, with all sorts of other things. And then finally, the union with Christ. Believers participate in Christ's death and resurrection spiritually, which transforms their life and priorities.
Yeah. Spiritual
I
cannibalism.
don't have a regular everyday life scenario to attach that to because it doesn't fit in to me.
Because it's a cult.
It's only spiritual. So the summary of all this is it calls Christians to embrace self-denial, spiritual surrender, and Christ-centered living. By losing one's life in a worldly sense, believers gain eternal life and abundant spiritual fruit, reflecting the paradoxical principle that true life is found through giving oneself fully to God. So that's what that entire passage means, from start to finish. I can give regular perspective on 3 of the 4 practical implications. I
think you just indoctrinated about 4 people.
What?
Just by reading that.
Well, I didn't mean to, because I feel like you definitely need to choose religion for yourself. And
I'm joking with you, darling. Don't be so fucking... You know what I'm like. Stop. Okay, so...
Don't be indoctrinated by me, because I'm a baptized Roman Catholic. I am not a practicing Roman Catholic. I align more with Buddhism or Hinduism. I'm more of a live and let live, and, just don't be a douchebag.
Yeah. So after reading that John 12:24-25, and he realized people hate Jesus for no reason, so they're probably going to hate him too.
Well, people hate a lot of things for no reason. Why is it specific to you, weirdo?
Red flag. Red flag.
What?
Well, people are going to hate Jesus, so they're going to hate him too. He's likening himself to Jesus.
Oh. I have hair similar to Jesus's. Does it make me Jesus-like?
How does my Jesus hair look?
Yeah, I think my Jesus hair is great. But it doesn't make me Jesus-y.
I got hippie hair. Warren graduated university, then went to Melodyland School of Theology in California. When he got home, his mom died from colon cancer. There's your catalyst. Then he did a whole...
What's a catalyst?
Do you not know what a catalyst is?
No.
Am I going to have to school you right now, bitch?
No, I know what a catalyst
I know you know what a catalyst
is. But does everyone that we're talking to know what a catalyst is?
Maybe not. So, yeah.
That's why
Give it up, bitch.
I'm being science bitch.
That should be a new kids show. It's science, bitch.
Science, bitch.
And bitchiness.
So a catalyst is a substance that increases the rate of a chemical reaction without itself undergoing any permanent chemical change.
Yeah.
Chemical change? Or, in our scenario, a person or thing that precipitates an event.
Yep.
So this, mother dying of colon cancer, is the catalyst for what comes next in crazy spiritual guy's life. Because he just came back from theology.
Yeah, he's in theology school and all that stuff. Then he did a whole bunch more of theologic studies. It listed it, all of them, but I was like, if you want to look it up, but I don't care. Later, he was accepted into a seminary and didn't like the business-like attitude about everything to do with God. So he didn't like
that they were literally financially gaining off of everyone using religion?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
He sounds like a pretty good guy. Yeah. So far.
He thought he could do better. Because nobody thinks, So Michael started preaching on the lawn of the seminary. And I put, because nobody thinks street preachers are fucking crazy.
Maybe he should have been a troubadour.
Maybe.
Maybe people would have listened.
Maybe so.
People like music.
Yeah. Then he got his Master of Divinity degree.
Wait, what? That's a thing?
Yeah.
What?
How are you a Master of Divinity? If you believe in him, wouldn't God be the only Master of Divinity? How do you become Master of the Divine?
McMaster Divinity College in Canada. Master of Divinity. It's called an MD, lowercase IV. Yep. It's a transformative degree designed for those called to the ministry, chaplaincy. That's an awful word. I don't like it. Counseling and other forms of Christian leadership. Whether you're pursuing a Master of Divinity on campus or online, this Master's in Divinity will equip you for impactful service. An MD, lowercase IV. It's a real thing.
What do you do for a living? I'm an MDiv.
I'm an MDiv. Yeah.
I'm an MDiv for
Master
God.
of Divinity specializations are biblical studies, studies.
Oh.
General, Old Testament or New Testament, church and culture, counseling and spiritual care, pastoral studies, preaching, and Christian history and worldview. Wow, you've covered every base here, my dude. McMaster Divinity College. Shout out, bitches.
Jesus. Later, he started his own ministry called Cornerstone Christian Fellowship, because they all do that. Apparently, he had a youthful zeal that led him to being arrested numerous times. Arrested for preaching or disturbing the peace. In 1981, Warren offered to leave town if all his charges were dropped. They accepted. The town was probably like, get rid of this motherfucker. Then he went to Atlanta, where street preaching is legal. He has a wife and 6 adult kids who also preach. They traveled everywhere spreading the gospel. In other words, a street preacher. They did interest some people, though, including the Yates. Then Warren would send these people pamphlets and cassette tapes of his sermons and his beliefs. Is it bad
that the only thing I could think at that point in time was millions of preachers? Preachers for me. Billions of preachers. Preachers for free. Like, what? That has nothing to do with anything. Also. Fun fact.
Yeah. Yeah. So he sent them all cassette tapes and shit. He does, however, insist that he's not a cult leader.
For anyone who doesn't know what a cassette tape is, it's this very old device that we used to put in Walkmans. Look them up. We're aging ourselves badly. I loved my Walkman.
I loved my Walkman.
Discman. I had the fucking rugged version with anti-skip.
My Walkman had a speaker on it too, so I could just unplug it and fucking rock out with my friends.
Right.
Fucking grade 8 smoking dope, listening to Zeppelin or something like that.
There you go.
Don't do what I do, kids. Okay, you want to know who else sent people their teachings and stuff? You want to know who else did that shit? And you can look these guys up if you want. David Berg from the Children of God cult. Mental, physical, sexual, and spiritual abuse is what he heaped on his followers. Shoko Asahara, the poison gas sarin used in Tokyo subway attack. He was the leader of that. And Marshall Applewhite, Heaven's Gate, Purple Shroud suicides.
Why,
you remember those?
Why are you avoiding? No, I don't remember those, but why are you avoiding the biggest, baddest cult leader of them all?
Manson?
Yeah.
He had all his people around him. He didn't send anything out. All of his cult was with him.
No, but he was the biggest.
He's the most famous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out of all of the creepy cult leaders, he was the one that everybody talked about the most. He's like the Ted Bundy of cults.
Yeah, he really is. Yeah. And then you got Jim Jones just below him. Yeah.
Poor old Jimbo.
Drink the Kool-Aid. Yeah.
I definitely want to drink the Kool-Aid. It was
actually knockoff Freshie that they were drinking.
Ew, really?
Yeah.
Gross.
So, yeah, Marshall Applewhite.
Like the Dr. Skipper instead of Dr. Pepper. That was a no-name porn.
Dr. Skipper.
I loved it, dude. It tasted so good. That's what poor people have. You ever had that?
No, I just flashed on years ago. Dr. Dre did a Dr. Pepper commercial. Do you remember that? And I just flashed on him doing Dr. Skipper and him saying, you can trust me. I'm a doctor. I don't know why, but
super.
So, Marshall Applewhite's people believed that a UFO was coming to take them to their final destinations and forms.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, and they had to kill themselves in order to get on It was UFO behind a comet.
Wait, what? Okay. Can we move on to something that makes sense?
Yeah. We are going to cover these cults, though.
Oh,
I promise
God.
you. Before long, Michael's sermons became very extreme. End of days is coming. Kids had to learn to recite Bible passages, no matter how young they were. As long as they could talk, they had to recite.
That's weird and
That's
gross.
fucking terrible. That just gets me. Yeah. Small kids. At one point, according to Rusty Yates, he and his family purchased a quote unquote Jesus bus from Waroniecki. They bought it from him, and they started traveling, preaching Waroniecki's gospel.
Okay, excuse me, they bought a Jesus bus? What is that?
That's what
Do you find
Waroniecki...
that on Amazon?
Maybe.
Is it a bus made by Jesus?
Could be.
Is he riding in the bus or driving the bus? What is a Jesus bus?
It was made the biblical way, okay? It was 56 cubits long. I don't know how big a cubit is. But the ark was so many cubits fucking long.
For anybody else who's wondering these things, a Jesus bus is a spiritual vehicle that symbolizes a journey towards God and hope. It originated from the ministry of Micah and Tammy, who started as simple acts of love and prayer, evolving into a ministry that brings truth and encouragement to those in need. The bus is covered in scripture and powered by prayer, rolling out to spread the love of Jesus and provide support wherever God sends them. I can tell you right now that bus is not powered by prayer. It's probably powered by diesel or gas.
Probably. But maybe they pray over the diesel before they put it in the Jesus bus.
Just saying.
Oh, my diesel is now halal.
Right?
Oh, God. Okay, we're not making fun of any religions, sort of, but don't take offense to it.
No, I'm reading verbatim what I'm finding on the internet.
I didn't think Jesus bus would be on there.
I didn't either, so I'm really surprised by that. And it's the spiritual equivalent of a city bus that comes through hospitals and picks up the terminally ill. Also, so there's some weird shit happening in the world, and if you want to be religious, you do you, my dude. I don't care.
Should I get an anti-Jesus bus?
Yeah, where is it going? Hell? Is there barbecue on it? What's it fueled by?
The Antichrist.
Diarrhea
the
from
Antichrist
spicy
bus.
tacos?
So Nosferatu said that the first two Antichrists were Napoleon and Hitler, so I guess I just put them on the bus?
Ew.
I don't know. There's supposed to be another one, Mabas, Mabbas, I think he spelled it, but I don't know who that's going to be. Anyway, he didn't do that. Rusty soon drifted away from Michael Waroniecki and his teachings, but Andrea stayed in touch. Soon, Andrea was seeing evil and sin everywhere, especially within herself.
Okay, start that again. At what point in time was she?
I didn't get the actual date or anything.
There wasn't a timeline of any kind?
No, it just said Rusty soon drifted away.
Picked up a Jesus bus.
Yeah. That was before Mary was born, the Jesus bus.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they only had the 4 kids.
Okay. So this is slightly after her first psychotic episodes and in and out and taking medication and feeling better.
I think that's what it was. Okay.
In the timeline. Okay.
Yeah, so she started seeing sin and evil everywhere, especially within herself, and that's the depression.
Mm-hmm.
And the way she mothered her children.
Okay, what changed about
how she was really dissatisfied with the way she was mothering her children. If the kids couldn't recite passages of the Bible or do their ABCs, and I'm talking about the young ones, because Michael Waroniecki...
The 6-month-old and the 2-year-old?
Not Mary. But by 2 years old, they should be reciting. They should know their ABCs. That's what Michael was teaching. His kids knew all that stuff by 2, so your kids should too.
Yeah, I don't think I agree with that. 2 is pretty young for ABCs and reading. That's more like a 4 or 5 year-old thing.
And granted, maybe there's 2-year-olds out there who can do it.
Those are pretty fucking intelligent.
That's fucking amazing.
I was reading by kindergarten,
Me
and
too.
I was pretty intelligent, but it's usually an exception, not the rule.
Yeah.
So I don't think I agree.
It all depends on the parents.
Well, it's not even the parents. It all depends on the kid's brain, too. Like,
yes,
every
that's true.
human being is different. We all learn differently. We all absorb differently. We all have different timelines of how we approach milestones. They have a general average.
Yeah.
But not everyone fits into that. There's some of us who are above it or below it.
Yeah.
Sometimes we have neurological disabilities. Sometimes we're smarter. Sometimes we're dumber.
Mm-hmm.
Just is what it is.
Sometimes you're in, I don't know what they call it now, but they used to call it an idiot savant, which I hate that name, and you're just fucking amazing.
Oh, no,
something.
That's not what it's called anymore.
No, I know, but I don't know what it's called anymore, and I had to get my point across. I don't like that name for it.
It's actually just called savant syndrome.
Thank you.
Now.
That's way better.
They don't use idiot savant.
That is way better. Thank you very much. Okay, so when the kids couldn't do the OBCs, their ABCs or recite passages, she blamed it on herself. It was her mothering. Not the kids, it was all her fault. It's not that the kid's 3 and just wants to fucking, eat cookies and watch Paw Patrol.
No, so that's taken a lot of weight of nothing for no reason and creating shit where it doesn't need to be created. But whatever.
She had been heard to say, I'm Satan. That she herself was Satan after the crime. See, Andrea thought that she was evil and in turn would make her kids evil. So the only way to save her babies was to send them to Jesus. Because she thought she was doing such a bad job. Obviously, she couldn't teach her kids this, so she was evil. She was Satan. So I'm going to save my baby's souls, and I'm going to send them to Jesus myself.
By drowning them.
Save them from me, Satan.
If you really wanted to save them from you, wouldn't you just have given them up?
She's in delusion. So, she thinks this is the only way to go.
So, saving your children from your shitty parenting, drowning them.
But she wasn't a shitty parent. That's the thing. She was a lovely parent.
I'm
you know what I mean?
Absorb it and understand it, and it doesn't make sense. Yeah, seems like mental illness, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, everything we've talked about in these 2 episodes was just the tip of the iceberg. I don't want to give everything away because there's books about it. I don't want to, go read the books. Go watch the specials. I don't want to take anything away from anyone. You know what I mean? But this family went through a lot. Oh, it says here she was 36 at the time of the crime. Andrea Yates,
I already did that math. Thanks, Tim.
now 62, resides in the Kerrville State Hospital in Kerrville, Texas. She makes little crafts that are sold anonymously. All the money goes to a mental health fund named for her children. She gets to request a hearing every year if her mental assessment, I almost said.
Oh, are you retarded too?
Almost went straight, Mike Tyson. If her mental assessment is good for release or transfer, and she has waived her right to these every single year.
Because she knows she shouldn't be released and she's bonkers.
Yeah. Her family says she'll likely never go for release. Rusty and Andrea divorced in 2005. The settlement was $7,000 from Rusty to Andrea and part of his retirement benefits from his job at NASA, and she gets to be buried by her children. Now that's just probably paying for her being in that institution, right? So, Rusty has said he never, ever held any malice against Andrea. He was deeply disturbed by her original conviction, the guilty conviction. Rusty insisted Andrea needed mental help, not prison. 2 days before Andrea's retrial, Rusty married his second wife, Laura Arnold, and they had a son named Mark. They later divorced. Today, Rusty is 61 years old, and he's still an engineer at NASA. Why do I keep saying NASA? NASA.
I don't know.
Now, I just want to say a quick rest in peace to Noah, John, Paul, Luke, and Mary.
Well,
and
their mom.
Yeah.
And their dad.
Yeah.
And their family.
Yeah.
Because even though it's past, it doesn't mean it's gone. That family was destroyed.
I wonder if it was hard for him, Rusty.
Well, yeah,
I want to have another child.
Well, and to not wonder if that same wife is, the second wife is going to do the same thing, or wanting to be married again, or how do you feel right now? Like, how do you feel every day?
Yeah.
Knowing that you chose to leave and leave her alone for an hour and those kids are dead.
Probably has such
like,
survivor's
do you
guilt.
have a lot of guilt in you for that?
He must have.
Have you thought about it? Have you gone to counseling? Have you had nightmares about, like, what is happening to the people who are still remembering this? What's happening in her mind right now? Every day, day in, day out. You willfully knowing you should not be released, which means you know what's happening in you and what's wrong with you.
Well, she's probably quite stable now.
Why were you not guilty then, knowing full well what you've done? But there's just so many thoughts going on in my mind. Like, I don't...
Yeah. I think
I'm not
now
for or
that
against.
She would be stabilized. Obviously, she's been in there for fucking years. She's obviously stabilized now. So once she got fully stabilized, she was probably like, what the fuck did I do?
Yeah, like, is she still suffering? Is she thinking about it? Like, what's going on with these people now?
I don't know how you couldn't be.
Right? Like, it's just maybe it's a sick curiosity of mine, but
no,
does that dad
it's
consistently
human.
blame himself?
That's human, Hannah. You just want to know. It's curiosity.
Would.
I would too.
Blame myself every day.
But the thing is, if he had stayed home for that hour, she would have found another time to do it without getting mental help.
This is true.
She
too.
would have done it when
just
they were all
because he
asleep
stopped it then,
or something. Exactly.
Doesn't mean he stopped it from happening ever. It just would have proceeded to a different time and a different age and a different scenario.
I'm a firm believer in everything
unwell.
happens for a reason, so it would have happened.
Well, I don't think those kids were meant to be drowned.
No, I
don't think that happened for a reason.
Well, you never know. It probably led to more talk about, it did actually, I remember. It led to way more talk about PPD and shit like that. I do remember that.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Anyway, if you or someone you know or love is experiencing a mental health episode, such as postpartum depression or postpartum psychosis, please call 911 or your local mental health hotline, or try to talk to someone you trust.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
No.
And not just with that, with anything.
Yeah. I think everybody should be in counseling. Everybody could use counseling.
Anxiety, with bipolar disorder, with schizophrenia, with addiction issues.
Yeah. If you're hearing, well, a lot of these mental health things too can lead to addiction.
But also a lot of
hence my family.
A lot of mental health disorders are created by addiction.
That's very true too. Yeah.
And it's not just addiction to illegal substances, it's even alcohol.
Food.
It changes your brain. It changes how your brain is wired. It changes how you think.
Yeah. Food is a big one for mental health. People get addicted to food because that's the only thing that comforts them.
But you have to keep in mind what you are eating is not food.
No, it's not. But you know what I mean.
They're actually engineering food to make you want addicted
more of it.
to it.
Yep.
All the chemicals and all the shit they're doing, what they're creating, the smell, the taste, the texture, the crunch, they're scientifically engineering food to make you addicted to it and make you sick and kill you.
You know what I find, and I've stopped for the last few months. Every once in a while I indulge myself, but after I'm done eating dinner, I need something sweet. Now I have an orange or some cherries or a couple of grapes. But before it was, I'm going to have a big bowl of ice cream or a big chunk of cake or something like that.
That's here.
Yeah.
It's not.
But once I give my body, an orange or something like that, and it's nice and sweet, that my brain might still be like, hey, that wasn't what I wanted.
Well, it's possible, yes.
My stomach's like, okay, that was good.
Yeah.
So
it's possible, yes, because they're genetically predisposing you to addiction.
Well, sugar is an addiction. You get addicted to sugar so quickly.
It's not just sugar, though.
No, I know that, but I'm saying in my instance, it's always, I need something sweet. After something salty, I need something sweet.
They're triggering the reward center of our brain.
Mm-hmm.
So it's also the crunch.
Yeah.
It's the smell.
Chips.
It's it's a whole fucking mental game.
Yeah. Chips for me
Chicken.
Chicken?
Fried chicken.
Oh, fried chicken, yeah.
The crunch.
Yeah.
So they're hitting reward centers in your brain that cocaine hits, that heroin hits, that it literally is rewiring your brain.
Yeah.
And convincing you that you need shit you don't need.
Yeah.
And convincing you to aggressively overeat things that aren't even food, that are killing you.
That's why with drug addicts, alcoholics, stuff like that. I'll just give you an example of my dad. My dad quit smoking when smokes went up to $4.75 a carton, which was a long time ago. A carton. Oh, that would have been sweet. $4.75 a pack. He quit. It was like 6 years later. He finished eating, pushed himself out from the table, and reached in his shirt pocket, because that's where he always kept his cigarettes. And I was watching him, and I go, Dad, were you reaching for a smoke? And he's like, I guess so.
Yep.
It was 6 years later.
Yep.
Hadn't touched a cigarette. And just that one time his brain was like, ooh, you want a reward? Have a smoke. And he was like, fuck you, it's too expensive, I like money.
Exactly. But they're doing it.
Yeah.
And they're engineering foods. They have an entire panel of scientists that will sit daily just to make the product consumable and to make you keep coming back. And
so
to make
you're saying they're knowingly doing this.
They're knowingly doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
100%.
That's terrible.
Yep.
Terrible.
That's why cheese hits the same receptors in your brain as heroin does. That's why sugar.
I wonder if that's why
that cocaine does.
In the 40s, 50s, and 60s, cigarettes were marketed as helping you lose weight. Nope.
All the same scientists.
I just looked down at myself, guys, and went, nope.
All the same scientists that made smoking addictive. Once smoking became the enemy, they moved into the food industry.
Yep.
They all still exist. They're just making you addicted to something else.
Yep. And the worst thing is they're doing it with children. They start real young with the candy.
Well, no, it's not about starting young. It's if you catch this consumer early, you'll have them for life.
Yeah. Yeah.
They'll consume and consume and consume beyond childhood into adulthood. So you have to get your customers early when they're kids.
Yeah.
You start with toys, you start with Play-Doh and cereal. Because if you catch them that early, you'll have them forever.
They'll have to have it forever. Yeah.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
It's a reality. And the same thing's happening with consumerism. Same things that's happening with clothes, shoes. Get this next iPhone, this next deal. It's hitting the reward center of your brain.
Oh, it's so fucking mental. The trends don't last anymore.
But they're hitting the same section of the brain.
Yes, of course.
That will keep us coming back. And nobody realizes it's fucking happening.
Yeah.
It's painful to watch.
Ooh, yeah, I'll suck your dick for a Gucci bag. You know, that kind of thing. If anyone does that for Gucci bags, go hard, man.
All the power to you.
Fucking go hard. Get as much as you can.
Right. But yeah, no, they're actually purposely, knowingly making you sick and making you consume and making you addicted, and nobody cares. They want money.
Everybody listen up, okay? Money. Because anything to do with shit like this, she researches it until she's having her own fucking papers published.
That's why I can't fucking eat meat or anything anymore or be involved in so many things, because I've seen too many things and I'm disgusted by it, and I just can't anymore. So
I like meat. Some meat. You know, for my blood type, I'm supposed to be eating lamb. I don't want to eat little baby lambs. They're delicious. But I don't want to eat little baby lambs. They are delicious.
The only reason you still eat meat is because you're indifferent to it. Ignorance is bliss. If you actually watched what you're doing to get it, you would never touch it again.
I don't like the mass production of it all, but I firmly believe that some animals were put on this earth to be eaten. If your only fucking defense mechanism is to freeze,
but not to
something's gonna eat you.
Not to the level of consumption
that's what I mean.
We're consuming.
That's what I'm saying. It's the mass fucking production of it is insane.
It's also killing our planet. And we're not going to have any viable soil.
I'd like to just go fucking live off grid and...
Well, there isn't going to be an off-grid.
Kill when I need to and...
Anyways, we've just like gone down a rabbit hole of fucking food and consumption and brain control. Let's wrap her up here.
Yeah.
Because, we got shit to do and I have places to go and it's already 10 after 3. So, thank you for tuning in today. We explored part 2 of the Andrea Yates story. Terrible story. She killed her kids. Bad for business. If you enjoyed the show, please subscribe, follow, drop us a like, share us with your friends.
Do it.
Share us with your family.
Fucking do it.
Or dare I say your motherfucking coworkers.
Do it.
And next week will be a Hannah Reddit, and I've got a theme.
Yay!
So don't miss it. And as always, we'll see you then, baneful brethren.
And don't drown your babies. Love you. Bye.